Me, I'm one of those people who actually doesn't believe democracy works in Africa. I actually think it's mostly performative. We're going through the motions. Democracy is not something that works in such a socially fragmented, multi-ethnic, non-homogeneous, pre-industrial society. I think we are just attempting to follow the model. We're attempting to follow the model of more ethnically and socially homogeneous Western nations who, upon giving us our independence, kind of just left us the reins. We'd never governed a country before, and we were forced to govern countries that were really artificial. Like in most cases, countries are created out of a cluster of people with similar beliefs, values, social customs, and so forth, right? And if you look around
countries
the world,
are created out of nations. Maybe just to what you're saying.
Okay, basically, to differentiate between nation and country. See, for example, Buganda is a nation, all right?
Yes.
Buganda is a nation. Ankole is a nation. And Busoga is a nation. And Bunyoro was a nation. Okay, and then in the north, you mostly had tribes, but not organized in as big a way as their contemporaries further south. So they lump us all together and say, okay, now you're a country governed. How is that supposed to work? It's not supposed to work, and most African countries were constituted this way, forced to coexist in artificial
through
borders.
Violence. They were actually forced to coexist through violence.
Through violence, yes. Yeah, and then once we were handed the reins and then told, okay, now people should vote, I mean, it is really no surprise that we sort of defaulted back to old ways of thinking about allegiances, which is primarily ethnic, tribal, and then in some cases religious. So those divisions have defined African politics. And the only way you can keep a country together where you have such disparate, people from such disparate backgrounds, the only way you can maintain peace is through military force. So we sit here and wonder why Africa gets dictators, but that's really the genesis of the problem that people don't want to acknowledge, is that our countries are artificial and it can only be made to exist through force.